Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this very exciting webinar on to achieving operational excellence in new normal. I'm Monica, Senior Manager Enterprise Sales for Preventive, and I'll be moderating today's session. This webinar is going to be for about 30 minutes, and then we'll leave around 10 to 15 minutes for the question and answer session. We'll open the session later for any questions you may have, so please feel free to type them in the question and answer section, and we will try to address them as many as we can. All right, now I would like to tell you a little bit about our company. So Crave Infotech is a SAP partner and Zebra Premium partner. We are here technology ISV and reseller. Um, we have founded in 2007. We are independent software solutions vendor. We are the leaders in mobility solutions and UI UX transformation. We are headquartered in Piscataway, New Jersey, with offices in India, Brussels, and Africa. For more information, please visit our website, craveinfotech.com. So on today's webinar, we have Veer and Manish Meshram, who are going to take you forward to the whole webinar. Veer would be opening the webinar, and most of the talking would be done by Manish to give you an overview on digital transformation journey. So over to you, Veer.
Thank you, Monica. All right. Thank you, Kesna and Ramon and other participants just to open up. The reason I had to show the slide as an opening for us because since the topic for us is achieving the operational excellence in the pharma and the life sciences. So we all know US FDA and EMA, they generally have a strict and very stringent compliance regulations when it comes to any product manufacturing. So having said that, we have found out some survey, and the sources is from the FDA.gov. We have seen around 15 observations resulting in the issuance of 483 by the US FDA in 2019. And these are very specific to the manufacturing, testing, and engineering functions. So I'll just pause for a few seconds so you can have an overview of this. I believe you had a good overview and the chance to review the whole information what we have put up on the presentation. So when I said, US FDA has their stringent regulatory compliance. So we have done a lot of research, and based on these researchers, we have developed our products. So here are some 21 CFR citations issued by the FDA for violating all the regulatory compliance. So I'm pausing for another few seconds for you to have an overview. So the citations are basically issued to the drug manufacturers as well as medical device manufacturers. And we at Crave Infotech, we have picked up some citations, and we did a lot of R&D, and we try to understand how best we can help most of the life science and pharmaceutical companies to address those challenges. So moving on to the next slide. Before I start, how you can digitalize. So we all know, in this COVID-19 pandemic situation, we all are aware that a major challenge for the pharmaceutical and life science industry in this unprecedented time is there is a severe clinical need, getting the approvals for testing, production and meeting the FDA regulatory compliance mandates. And I personally feel, and we at Craven Infotech personally feel that these are very crucial than most of the other industries. So in today's webinar, and the main intention of this webinar is to see the aftermath, how we can have an opportunity and overcome the challenges in this essential life cycles. So let's talk how we can have a focus on the right strategical priorities to drive digitalization. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, in today's webinar, we'll discuss how regulatory requirements often bring the opportunities, and especially the large amount around the pharmaceutical and medical devices, and basically how they can maximize their profits, reduce their cost in the competency. In fact, I did some kind of a research and saw that the US FDA and EMA oversees the regulatory activities across the globe, forcing the pharma and the life science companies to identify the quality issues before they impact the production. So hence the entire innovation process is being complex, and it has been heavily detail oriented and time consuming. Why? There's one reason, because there is a lot of paperwork which has been happening to satisfy these regulatory compliance, and also some compliances from HIPAA. So let's have an overview how digitalization solutions helps you to better comply with the regulatory complications and obligations. So I will hand it over to Manish, and he will get started with the enterprise asset management. Manish, over to you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Manish. I'm solution architect at Crave Infotech. Monica, can you please move on to the next slide, please?
Sure.
Yeah. So as a part of the regulatory compliance, we have several apps around EM. We have prepackaged solution which are certified from SAP, and they have also gone through the FDA approval and regulation. So some of the app which we are going to show today in these presentations are the preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, breakdown maintenance, facility maintenance, and one of the app is the calibration, which is developed specifically for the pharma and life sciences. It goes through the static measurement as well as dynamic measurement. It's a very comprehensive app. It also prints the label on the field in the plant, and you can stick the label to the equipment at that moment. So with that, we also have the predictive maintenance. This is all enabled through RFID, OCR. These all apps are compliant with RFID, OCR, and the business intelligence behind it. Can you move on to the next slide, please? So in EM, we have three stack. One is the flexible dispatch, which is basically dispatching all your work order notification, that is from the planning slide. And then we have in the second block, you see there is a planning workbench, and there is a map-based dispatch solution and the approval part. So this all three is basically done as a part of planning. And then on the third block, you see the mobile application. This is basically used by the technician, field technician, which is preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, facility, and calibration. This is an add-on to SAP. So there is a backend component and the front-end component to it. This is all developed using Fiori. There is a predefined workflow in the app, for various stages of approval. If there is an engineering approval, quality approval, all of that is built into the application. So preventive maintenance, there is a very nice user dashboard where you can see all the statistics, how many preventive work order are pending today. You can create a notification, you can update the notification. There is also option to create the work order and update the work order. The measurements are captured real time. The plant maintenance process, these are also captured through the app. There is a built-in offline capability in the field. Usually in the field or in the plant, there is no network connectivity. So these are built-in, there are built-in offline capability. You can store the data onto the device and then you can sync it wherever needed. The equipment calibration, this is another app which helps you to digitize your process. You can basically self-assign. There is also a functionality where you can self-assign the work order from the pool of work. And as we have seen in one of the earlier slide, where some organization have dispatch process, so they schedule and dispatch, but we also have some customer who wants to look at the pool of the work and assign to themselves. So self-assignment is one of the functionality available in the calibration. The person who is calibrating, they can basically select from the pool of work or work order and then look at what is they have to inspect today. There is also a rounds. They can take a round. There is a round manager part of it where they can look at all the equipment they need to calibrate today. They can create the inspection log, download the inspection log on the spot, capture the measurements, which include the quantitative and qualitative measurement. And there is a predefined workflow. This workflow is also configurable. All these apps are completely configurable. So if you want to add certain field or you want to add certain workflow on the top of it, there is a Creo dynamic modeler which comes along with this as a part of solution, where you can define your own field and you can do your customization as needed. So this is the equipment calibration. This is another app, very comprehensive and meets the need of the FDA regulation. And this is also available on SAP's App Center. You can download the app, you can look at all the details how this app, how these apps works. Then there is a facility and breakdown maintenance. All your processes which you do today on the paper or in the SAP or through ERP, that can be mobilized, and this is one of the solution for the breakdown maintenance, where we have skill-based job assignment, which is again a part of planning, but there is also machine learning integration, instant digital approval, all those instant breakdown which has to be captured instantly can be done through this app. And this is fully responsive. It works on iOS, Android. All of those apps work on Android and iOS. This is change control app. So this is very one of, this app has also received the ACE award, SAP's ACE award, and this app has earned a lot of recognition in the market. We have implemented this for a very large customer. Any small change in the pharma, whether it is change in the equipment or repair in the equipment or change in the process, all is controlled through the change management process. There are various level of QA approval, very comprehensive QA approval, which includes a minute level of details, including the documentation, what documentation is required, what approval is required, how it has to go through the approval. So we have basically this process, the change management process in the pharma organization used to take not more than 60 days. It used to take 60 days to 70 days to go through all this approval. With implementation of this app, we have reduced actually the approval time and all the change management process to a week time. So this is this app got a lot of recognition, and there are three three part of this application. There is a manager dashboard, there is a person who generates the request, and then there is a QA approval. They capture their notes, the documentation are attached real time, they can view the documentation, uh, and whole chain management process, who who is waiting for what, why it is pending, how many days it is being pending, that all is captured through the change control management. Um, then there is another app which is filter maintenance management. This is another app where this is barcode enable. All the installation and removal of AHU filter are done through mobile. So this is another solution as part of our maintenance stack. Now, with pharma industry, all the if we also follow through the cold chain compliance. If there is any, we implemented an application where we also call it as a direct store delivery, and it is also called as electronic proof of delivery. So whenever you are transporting any material, one company where we implemented this is they had to check the vibration of the vehicle and how much it is susceptible to the temperature. So all those details are captured real time onto the mobile app. There is a guided procedure for loading and stacking the material into the truck. Real time inventory cancellation and shortage of the material shortage report that is generated on the device. There is a bots, the automated bot, voice speaking also enabled through this application. There is the NLP, natural language processing, and AI enabled picking process, which also suggests the compliance process like temperature monitoring and any other critical parameter which is required during the cold chain compliance process that is being captured through this application. This is I briefed you a little bit about the bots. There is a bot component. If you wanna look at any material which is whether it is available onto the stock, you can query to the bot or ask to the bot. It's an automated bot, and you can also create a notification or create a work order just chatting to the bot. There is a natural language processing which I mentioned that is being integrated with this application. So this here you see the whole statistic of my work. What are my open order, what are confirmed, how many of them are closed, the total resources, how much hours, how many total resources are available, and what's the time available for them to assign for the work. This is basically the flexible scheduling or flexible dispatch and planning part, which can be done through this application. And there is also a virtual reality, augmented reality with this application. You can actually see how the equipment should be installed. There is a guided procedure. Through this, you can see the actual installation of the equipment. It is also available for the dispatchers and also to the technician. So voice picking and augmented reality, this is really being picking up into the warehouses. There are several challenges which we have seen into the warehouses. One challenge we see is still a lot of companies are using SAP console or tech console. There is ITS mobile, which is phasing out. Even the Windows devices, they are out of maintenance, they are phasing out. So with the change of hardware, there is also need to be a need to change on the software side. So we have a product which is called as warehouse management, which is built on which is built using Fiori. That helps you to uh, automate and track your whole inventory uh, with ease. So so some of the challenges are being listed here. Uh, this is we have a lot of traction for this warehouse solution also, because ITS mobile is a very old technology, and with Fiori it adds uh, lot of value not only onto the UI but also with the performance and um, fast inventory tracking. Can you move on to the next slide? Yeah. So this some of the challenges I mentioned, like why cWarehouse. So we have rapid transition path from ITS mobile, tech console, web console, which are very old solution from SAP or any third party solutions. We at Craving for Tech, with this solution, we do not add any layer. We have built-in 56 plus warehouse processes, which include inbound, outbound, almost 256 movement typings being captured in using this solution. And this is all through dynamic configuration. There is a dynamic modeler through which you can configure the app, the whole workflow needed for the warehouse. If you look at the UI, how UI has evolved, and there was a green screen, then there was a black screen, which was a telnet screen. Then ITS mobile came in. Now with this is how it shows the whole transition of the warehouse. We are basically not only bringing you the rich UI experience, but also we are enabling the power of mobile computer. So if you can see from the screen how basically the warehouse solution has evolved in terms of UI. This is the architecture, the old warehouse management solution, and how it has evolved to ITS mobile and Fiori. And this is, you can see the different architecture, how complex it was, now how simplified architecture today we have with Fiori and with Crave WMS solution. So it doesn't add any layer, it's the direct integration with SAP. So these are some of the screenshots about the warehouse management solution. This is basically responsive. It can adjust to any form factor. You can see the whole same application working on Samsung, iPhone, Zebra devices, tablet, the RF guns with code storage environment and with the Android devices. This is compatible with any device. This is not just specific to Zebra. It can work with Zebra. We are also a Zebra partner. So what it means is all our apps are tested for memory leak, battery usage, and all the performance factor which is related to which is needed for a warehouse management solution to work. These are some of our approval apps. There are like 25 approval apps, like PR approval, PO approval, service approval, card approval, payment approval. So all these apps are available into our stacks. So as part of Crave, what do we offer? So we have three major areas. One is the asset management, which we talked about, then warehouse management. So we do end to end, not just the software. We do the hardware. We also recommend which hardware to be used. If it is a zone zone 1, zone 2 environment, we recommend which hardware to use, and then all the regulatory compliance which is needed for pharma or chemical industry. That so we take all end to end. So one-stop shop for hardware, software, including the front end and back end. We are also a SAP Cloud Platform partner. So we do a lot of extensions, which include CPI, Cloud Platform Integration, then conversational AI, bots integration, and then we have on top of that we have prepackaged solution which are built on cloud as well as on-prem. So our solution works with cloud as well as on-premise. And then we are partnered with Zebra for enabling the RFID or RF gun, enabling our solution on RF gun and barcoding. We do complete end-to-end, which includes RFID, barcoding of your labels, with this Zebra with our mobile offering for warehouse. There is also a geo enable component which is part of our offering, which is through here map. That's all part of our offering. These are some of our customers. We work with you. The major is pharmaceutical industry, life sciences, and then we have also worked with the utility company like Aquarian Water, then retail company like Cintas, chemical industry, Investa is the petrochemical industry, and Dr. Reddy's is the pharma industry. Sun Pharma is another pharmaceutical industry. Sunset Pharmaceutical is the medical devices manufacturing company. And there are many more pharma industry which are added to our logos. Those are not mentioned here, but these are some of our key customers. And on the left hand side, you see all our partnership. We are SAP partner, we are Zebra partner, we are prime Zebra partner. So that adds a lot of value to our offering. And then we have offering for Amazon also. So if you have any hosting solution or you want to integrate anything with Amazon, we also provide services on Amazon. So we talked about this. Number one is life sciences, and then some of the industry vertical we cater. So these are some of our experiences with different industry verticals. This is our prepackaged apps. We briefly talked about it. We talked about the EM, enterprise asset management, and then in supply chain we have warehouse management and direct store delivery. So we call that supplier digital connect. The whole of your order to cash process that's been captured into the Fury app and the mobile app. And then we have another component which is connected asset and IoT, which enables the geo component, includes the telematics, route optimization, and planning your jobs through the map. And then there are several approval apps. And on the bottom, you can see the product lifecycle management. There are several apps on product lifecycle management, order to cash app, management dashboard, human capital management, and the healthcare app. So we also have a part of our business which caters to healthcare. We have several solutions on healthcare, like hospital management suite, which is in SAP, medical billing, clinical solution, and then we also have a EMR, which is used by the doctor and nurses. So that's a part of our offering. So this is a word of mouth, and this we can skip. So next step is you bring us your top 3 digital transformation challenges, and we'll do a quick evaluation and POC for you. Anything around enterprise asset management, warehouse management, whether it is a barcoding or mobilizing your whole plant maintenance and warehouse management processes. Any approval application which you need will help you to transform your digital challenges through our solutions. Uh, as, as part of our offering, UI UX is our complementary offering on top of what we have. And you can also visit all our apps on SAP App Center. These are some of our, there are some prepackaged app listed. That concludes the presentation. Any questions you have, we can open up for the questions.
Yes, Manish, we have some questions from Raman Padilla. He's asking how many of these typically result in 483S?
483S, I'll have to check with the team. I'll take that question and we'll reply you back. I'll have to check.
Definitely. And again, will this presentation be available to us later? Yes, definitely. We are going to say, after the webinar, we are going to send you the recording of this webinar. Any questions, please you can type in the chat area and we will address them. Or you can raise hand, we can unmute yourself. You can speak.
Yeah, just to answer Raman's 483S. So can you just go back to the slide number 3, Monica,
1 second.
so that he can have a quick overview of it?
This one you're talking about or this one?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
So Raman, Monica, if you can try to unmute Ramon so that he can have a clear question.
Sure. I'll do that.
Have that one-to-one interaction. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my question. So I see obviously that there's, for example, can you hear me?
Yep, Ramon. Thank you.
Great. So like, for example, procedures not in writing, you have quite a few of those that have been identified as one of the biggest violations, right? And then you have environmental monitoring system as one of the fewest observations. And I think my question becomes, how many of these, say, for example, 200 plus observations or violations for procedures, how many of those have resulted in a 483? So an observation from maybe a warning letter from the FDA, or that these procedures have been written in a 483 to highlight the importance of these violations.
Right. So this survey was done for close to around, based on the FDA.gov's information, we were able to find out some close to around overall around 196 companies.
Okay.
So this is a figure out of 196. So if you see, it is close to 200. And when I say it is just 200, but still we have included some FDA manufacturers. So for example, even a food supplier and a food manufacturer, even they also come under this FDA Act. So after that, aftermath calculation, the medical devices and the pharmaceutical companies, they are resulting close to, majority of them, since we all believe and we have seen most of them are doing a paper-based processes. So most of them are not able to, adhere to the FDA compliances. And that's how we were able to get some kind of a result from here. So if you want, I can send you the source as well. If you can see in the below, that is from the FDA.gov. I think you can find some more information out there. But our major findings was most of the citations were sent for the manufacturing, testing, and engineering functions.
Okay. But there's no clear way to know how many of these 483s resulted in.
Oh, well, FDA is not revealing that. So
okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Got it. So Ramon, just a quick question. So I'm not sure what's your company name though, but could you please help us to understand what is your business nature is all about and how best we can assist you on your requirements? So can you let us know what are the top pressing priorities for you right now?
Yeah, so we are a life science company. So in theory, we work in the dietary supplement space. So we're neither a pharmaceutical nor medical device, but we do life science and we manufacture dietary supplements.
Uh-huh.
In our case, we use CMOs, contract manufacturing organizations. So they would benefit the most from what you presented, but I wanted to listen to this presentation to see if and how your systems or your platforms can help them and in turn help us.
Absolutely, because I also understand there are few regulations, including the COPA, if I'm not
Yep.
wrong,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So how's the data exchange happening between you, if you don't mind to share it on this platform? Or maybe how about we connect for 30 minutes, maybe next week? Is that okay with you, Ramon?
Yes. Let's connect next week and we can discuss more broadly.
All right, I'll send you some information. In fact, I'll send you the presentation. And apart from this, one of my colleague will reach out to you with a convenient date and time slot. You can respond to us, and we'll set up some time on our calendars.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raman, for participating. And Adriana, I really appreciate for taking some time and reaching out to us. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raymond.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for attending the webinar today. We will share you the recording of this webinar, and please feel free to contact us for any assistance at contact@craveinfotech.com. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good day.